Hey there, and welcome to Jeremy Davis Books. Here are my thoughts on Virginia Woolf's To The Lighthouse in under 5 minutes. I could talk for hours and hours and days and months about this book. I love it so much. It is beautiful and it's meaningful and it's just so wonderful. The language in it is so lyrical, it's almost poetry. You sort of want to read it out loud, and I did. I read a lot of it out loud. I would often go back and reread things over and over again. I didn't get to read it slowly the first time because it was a textbook for school, and I had to read it in like 3 days, which is ridiculous. This was one of 10 books we studied in 10 weeks, and you could do a whole term on this one book. It's so amazing. But the poetry of the language I want to get back to, it's just so beautiful. And the ideas are rich and full, and they're like tackling the big questions of life. This book is about how things imprint on us and how we carry them with us in our subconscious, and how they rise to the surface of our consciousness in moments of solitude or deep thought or trance. And it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. The narrator of this book is sort of basically like the zeitgeist. It's like the time spirit of this place. It's the island of Skye. I think it's the island of Skye. It's one of the islands in Scotland. And the narrator moves in and through all of the people who are there. And you get their feelings, and not just their feelings, but the way they perceive things. Perception is a large theme of this book. It's how things are seen and how things are perceived differently from the different characters' points of view. And it's so expertly done. There will be paragraphs that start with the internal life of one character and then make a 90-degree turn into another character's perspective. And it's so smooth and you so easily flow through it. So much of this book is this wave that flows and swirls around ideas for paragraphs and pages, where you're just floating along it, surfing along it, and then you're diving into it and you're swimming through it, and you get carried away into the meaning of everything. And that's sort of one of the ways it's very much like poetry. You start to experience it, or at least I did. I started to experience this on a more sensual level, and I mean through my senses. I wasn't really reading these words, I was feeling them more than anything. And it's just a gorgeous book and should be read by any serious reader. This is a book that is meant to sit on your shelf and to revisit all the time. It was sort of written in a time when people had very few books. And so I imagine in the 1800s, in the early 1900s, people would just have this and maybe another book or two, and they would continually revisit it. And this is a book worthy of that kind of treatment. It's glorious. I love this book. I mean, it might be my favorite book. I'm pretty confident saying I think it's my favorite book I've ever read. I'm sure I'll read it again next year. On to Colson Whitehead, The Colossus of New York. I've already started this. I've never read anything by him, but a friend of mine lent me this book. It's a collection of essays about New York City, which is where I live. I'm into it. I like it. But I'll give you a full 5-minute thoughts in just a little bit. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.